Hi guys, right, I thought I'd try doing one outside. It's an incredibly hot, beautiful day, so I haven't got my hat on because that would make it even incredibly hotter. And not any more beautiful, it wouldn't make for beautiful reading either. And this is a 3-card tarot spread for the sign of Sagittarius, and we'll do some oracle cards as well to go with it. So here we go. This will be the last one in July. This actually is going to take us through to, I think it'll be the 4th of August before I do the next Saggy one. And Mercury retrograde will have ended, so things are on the move, things are changing. So what's the first card? Right, let's put the others away. First card in this spread for Saggy is this one. It's the Death card, and not a card that a great many people actually want to see. I've never used this camera before, I hope you can see that alright. But there we go, the Death card. It's a scary image, but although it probably indicates we've been through a scary time, the chances are we're actually coming to the end of the scary part of it now, because what Alice has done here is she's blown the candle out, she's snuffed it out. The story in this tarot deck, that's the sort of analogy for the tarot journey that we're all on here, is that Alice is slowly kind of turning from a girl into womanhood. So it's that maturing of the senses and maturing of just about everything, actually. And for everything she goes through, for everything she learns, for everything she maybe wishes could be different, she eventually realises that what's happened is life has moved on, and the only thing she can do is choose to blow the candle out herself. And that's when great new things come in. That's when wonderful things begin to happen. Lots and lots of blue colour in this. I'm thinking speak your truth. I'm also thinking spiritual connections, and particularly speak your truth in this case, Saggy, because although that isn't necessarily a sort of fundamental meaning of this card, not in the traditional sense anyway, speaking your truth is very important to being yourself, and being yourself is very important to getting anywhere, to get further forward in life. If you ever meet anyone who's got any troubles with assertiveness and can't kind of just assert themselves enough to get what they want, you'll find that that's the direction that it lies in. It always does. It's because somehow they don't feel comfortable enough in their own skin to say, no, I believe this, something like that. Okay, Saggy, so fluid energy, different strokes for different folks, but there we have number 13, the Death card, and as scary a number as 13 can be. I like to use it as a sort of length for my videos, because they say it's lucky for some, and I reckon fair enough it can be lucky for me then. That's my affirmation. So now we are into the Ask an Angel deck by Tony Carmine Salerno, who works out at Blue Angel Galleries in Australia. He's a wonderful painter, and every now and again, being a spiritual kind of person, he puts his paintings together into a deck. He's done many decks and they're all fabulous. So telling us more about the Death card in this reading for Sag is Archangel Chamuel, and it's all about divine justice. So that is what is actually dying off here. That is what is actually coming to an end, is anything that was unjust. Yeah, and now we're going to have a clean slate. That's the that's really the best thing that can happen with the Death card, you know, is having an absolutely clean slate for everything. Because when that card comes up, the change is coming, and it's going to be big. So I would allow just about everything to be on the table, Sag. We've got this here, which always looks like a key to me, that this angel is carrying. What's her name again? Archangel Chamuel. I should know that by now, I've had this deck for so long. But look at the colours in her wings, and think about that key, and think about expressing your own colours, and how could that be the key to being, I'm going to say, to being a better you. And I don't mean that there's anything wrong with you now, I mean a better expression of yourself, maybe better than you ever thought you ever could be, Saggy. Okay. Time to go in and shuffle some more then, and we'll get the second tarot card in this spread for the sign of Sagittarius. Last one of July, first one of August 2019, but the best time to watch these, friends, as I am always saying, is when you're drawn to watch them. Okay, this might not be the best time to be making one, actually. The sun's incredibly hot, but it is lovely out there in the garden, and isn't that always the way, actually? You sort of get into a project and it starts going, and when it's going really well, it's kind of more energy than you expected, more effort than you expected, and you may not be a lazy person, it's not about that. It's just, you know, there are only so many hours in the day, and you end up asking yourself sort of just about how much more could I actually do than I'm doing already. Difficult one. Anyway, middle card of this spread, 4 of Swords, and this is about needing to take a rest. So I was getting pretty close to it there, and so after the death card, it is all about new beginnings then, but there is no harm in taking a rest, because leading up to whatever the death card was about for you, Saggy, was a very intense period, and I'm feeling not just a couple of weeks or a couple of months, I'm feeling quite a long time of intense, not feeling like as if you can get anywhere, sometimes feeling that your projects are absolutely pointless, those kind of things. There is a great awakening coming, but first you need a great sleep. Now this character has got 4 swords hanging over his head, and yet he's still managing to be asleep. It's air sign energy, by the way, Libra, Aquarius or Gemini around you, Saggy, but I see this as you actually getting some sleep, because you really need to. And as much as these swords are hanging over the guy, they're securely tied up, and everything will be right when he comes back from his sleep, for him to be able to make some progress doing something about that. Okay, tell us more about the 4 of Swords, please, in this reading for Sagittarius. Tell us more, please, about the 4 of Swords in this reading. And I'm back with asking an angel here. You couldn't ask a better person than an angel, really, and that is not half the truth. Okay, so what have we got? Guardian angel special message. Right, this is great, Sag, because this means that spiritual communication is going to be on the cards, literally, and is actually going to be happening. When we get this angel, it's really about ideas that have either already come in or that seem to be coming in already. Maybe you're getting dreams and things. Maybe they don't make any sense yet. They will. Anyway, even if that's not the case, there are ideas around, because there always are, Saggy. And there's an idea around at the moment that you haven't made the most of yet, because you haven't realised what a big difference it can make to you. But that realisation is coming, and this is actually, it's a guardian angel, so it's whoever your guardian angel is. Now that seems a very kind of fundamentalist way to believe in the cards, but I believe it really strongly. We do actually all have a guardian angel, and that is so worth remembering, because so I haven't got my table in front of me today. With the 4 of Swords, we have to kind of just go to sleep, and we have to be able to dream, and that's where that message comes through, and that's where we get the energy to actually make the message a real thing in our lives, to make things actually happen, to actually be original. And originality is so important, because every time these changes happen, in one way or another, Saggy, we are reinventing ourselves, and I do mean we in this reading, because I am a Saggy myself. Okay, so let us have a shuffle, and let's find out what is coming after the 4 of Swords. What is happening after that big sleep? Well, let's see now. Okay, so put the others down, and we've got number 3, the Empress. Pop them away there, and there she is. Now the Empress is a character who needs quite a lot of help, and this is still young girl Alice, who hasn't quite gone through the transition into adulthood yet. Young girl Alice is here helping the Empress of all people. How on earth could she need the help of a young girl? Well, the fact is, no matter how much wisdom comes, friends, for every one of us, it's only the wisdom that we've gathered in our lives. Other people see things in different ways because of the wisdom that comes to them in their lives, and hopefully the really wise thing is that we kind of all try and respect each other and get on that way, but it's not always possible. See a fair bit of respect here, though, even though kind of Alice is she's almost been promoted to an adult in this scene. The energy is actually very positive, because the Empress does need help. Everybody needs help in one way or another, and the great thing about the Empress coming up in this spread particularly, Sag, is that it's someone who can help. It's someone who can kind of nurture and do things to help. But more than anything, the Empress tells us that there's a season for everything, you know. Abundance comes in seasons, and this actually plays into what I was saying about the death card. You could have gone on for a very long time, up to the present day, having maybe kind of frustrations, I'm not sure what to say, but intense emotions, whatever they are, trying to get things done, not actually getting anywhere for quite a long time. That's the season of nothing much coming in. There is a season coming in when the Empress comes up like this, where abundance comes and things get better again. So keep your fingers crossed, Saggy, and look forward to, I'm going to look forward to that actually. It sounds really good. But let's tell us more about the Empress, please, in this reading for Sagittarius. By the way, guys, thanks to everyone who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and check out what's on my channel. There's I'm not sure, but well over 400 videos on there now. Not all spiritual topics, some of it's like alcohol, making homebrew, making things out of wood, magic, all kinds of stuff there. But hey, right, there we go. Had a good shuffle there, and telling us more about the Empress. Number 3, the Empress of the Major Arcana. This is what I'm saying, it's kind of personal. It's this card, Melchizedek, and it's peace. And we're calling for peace again. In so many ways, everyone is calling for peace every day, Sag. That really sounds mad, doesn't it? But even people who start wars have got some idea that that's going to somehow bring peace to the world in some way. Or maybe just peace into their own lives. How they think that's going to happen, I don't know. But different strokes for different folks. People think so differently. In terms of peace, though, it's a hard-won thing. Look at the fire, and this character really needs the fire in his heart to make that peace actually come out into the world and be real and be true. But he's Melchizedek, which in another Doreen Virtue, in one of the Doreen Virtue decks, because this isn't one, in one of the Doreen Virtue decks, Melchizedek is all about the law of attraction. So, you know, peace, very particularly, is something where you kind of get back what you put out, you know. You give it out peacefully, it comes back peacefully. If you don't, things could be a little bit ragged. So if you're not really ready for the Death card and the big new move forward, Sag, don't worry about it. It's coming in anyway, but you are going to be able to use that law of attraction thing. You've been through so much in the past. It's all about wisdom, the way these readings come up. So I'm going to say thanks very much again for watching. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed. If you haven't yet, subscribe and tap that bell so you don't miss anything. Thumbs up please if you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey, and I'll be back very soon. Peace.